Buy tickets at rocketmortgagefieldhouse.com. So good luck. Be caller 10, and these are yours. I'd love to tell you the lineup. I don't have it in front of me here, but you, if you're a fan, probably already know. You don't need me to mansplain it to you. Monday Night Raw, 2 tickets, caller 10, 216-578-1007. Or 800-348-1007.
Don't worry, spring is hiding just around the corner. And so is Poundcake.
Let me wax your poop.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Uh, 35192, want to send me a text. We'll talk to the lovely and talented Tom Bergeron before 4 o'clock. He's going to zoom in. He is on a reissue of a tribute album for Mr. Rogers, who I knew for a little while back in the day. So I'm excited to talk to Tom Bergeron. We'll have more than 6, but fewer than 10 minutes with him. Guardians are playing today for people who are paying attention to that. Spring training out there. Playing against the Los Angeles Anals.
Got anal on the mind.
Hey-oh. Los Angeles Angels. That's Shohei Ohtani, right? Doesn't he play for the Angels? The Angles?
Yes.
He's the first Major League Baseball player to cross 3 million followers on Instagram. He got 1.5 million since the World Baseball Classic started. That World Baseball Classic cracks me up because it is the personification of why everybody laughs at the World Series. Because you have all these American baseball players getting their asses handed to them by Mexico and Japan and, a dude from Nicaragua or something got signed by the Tigers. They saw him pitch. They're like, we'd like you to come to Detroit. And so I guess that's what's going to happen for people paying attention to the World Baseball Classic. A guy named Duque Hebert. Dookie? Duque? D-U-Q-U-E. What's your best guess on D-U-Q-U-E?
Duque?
Duque? Dookie?
Just Duke.
Duque? Oh, Duke.
Oh, Duke.
Duke Hebert. Well, yeah. He's from the Dominican Republic, I think, something like that. He struck out Juan Soto, Julio Rodriguez, and Rafael Devers. And the Detroit Tigers said, we'd like you to come and play for us. And so he's 21. He's 5'9". That is not tall, especially for a pitcher. And so he's going to Detroit, Rock City. But for people, everybody, who was the guy that used to be on the Indians? Was it Ichiro Suzuki? We have him for a cup of coffee. Who did we have here?
No, we had...
I know we had Shin-Soo Choo, but that's not who I'm thinking of. It was like Ichiro caliber player that we had for a little while.
Man, I can't think of it.
I mean, people dug him while he was here. Who did we have?
Shin-Soo Choo's the only one I can really think
But
of.
he's South Korean, right? I mean, we had... I don't remember who it was. Somebody will tell me. Not Kobayashi.
Oh,
That's the hot dog guy.
Yeah.
No, it's the guy from The Usual Suspects. I don't remember.
No.
Huh?
What was his first name?
What was whose first name?
Not Kobayashi. That's not... Who was the bad guy?
Verbal Kint?
No.
Kaiser Soze!
That's Kaiser
Right,
Soze.
but
That's what I'm
Kobayashi
thinking
was
of.
his right-hand man, and he got it from the bottom of the teacup.
You thinking of Yu Chang?
No, it was... oh, God, who did we have?
Not thinking of Stephen
Coco
Kwan,
Crisp?
are you?
What's that?
Stephen Kwan. Or,
No.
Yeah.
Like, when I first came to town, we had somebody. Or the first. It was right around the time I threw out the first pitch. Because he was in the outfield, and I got back to the seats, everybody's laughing at me. And he was right there. Not Hideki Matsui. We didn't have him. We had Tadano. Oh, God. Somebody will tell me. I can't remember. But I was thinking it was Ichiro Suzuki, but he was of the Mariners. I'm not thinking of Stephen Kwan. Kenny Lofton. That's who I'm trying to think of.
No, it is
Thank you
not.
so much. Anywho, that whole thing. Guardians baseball this afternoon, wherever you could hear it. On the iHeartRadio app, 4:05 first pitch. We'll be at the Clevelander, right around the corner from us here on St. Patty's Day. Some people go with St. Patty's Day. It's really St. Paddy's Day. Either way, come and hang with us. However many of us there are there for the WMMS St. Patty's Day Bash there at the Clevelander. We're just all going to be kind of on and off the air all day. That'll be the fun part. But quite frankly, even if Bill and I were the only two people to show, you won't have a better time this year. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
We have Canadian bureau chiefs. If you listen to us on iHeartRadio, I like to know where people do it all throughout North America. Nick listens in Louisville, Texas. Brian is in Hackensack, New Jersey. Amy's out on Captain Cook, Hawaii. And Ray is one of our bureau chiefs up in Canada. He's out in Vancouver. And they are kind of freaking out in Vancouver because they had a whole bunch of dead skunks show up.
Show up?
Yeah. They discovered a whole bunch of dead skunks in Metro Vancouver, so in the metropolitan area. And they were trying to figure out what was happening, why these skunks were dead. You might recall the Vancouver Skunks, a short-lived minor league baseball team up there. But, of course, the city of Vancouver is essentially in a giant bowl, and the balls would keep rolling up the side. They found about a dozen dead skunks throughout Vancouver, and it's been determined that they all died from the avian flu.
Uh-oh. Do skunks eat birds?
Uh-oh, indeed. I don't know if they eat birds. Possibly, I assume that's what it is. But when people worry about what the next thing is, and I kind of talked about this a little bit last week, but imagine a world in which the people who couldn't handle COVID are faced with avian flu. Because COVID, single-digit mortality rate. Avian flu, about 58%. People get it. They don't get it very often, but they've always operated from the perspective of, well, it's really, really rare when these diseases will go to mammals. But that's what's happening. It's already jumped to mammals. You might have seen the story about there was a bunch of dead sea lions in Peru. They had the bird flu, H5N1. You might have read the story about those mink farms that were completely wiped out. That is very bad because that was also avian flu. So it's just a matter of when it will jump to people. And again, I hate to be a broken record. You know how much I hate that, Bill.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Like before the show, he's just ranting and raving about how much he hates it.
I hate to be a broken record.
But he can't help it.
It's reason number 4,692 why cats suck.
Oh, here we go.
Because here's how I see this. And again, I am not an epidemiologist. I know nothing about anything. But it seems to me, if the avian flu is going to jump to people eventually.
I was going to say, in your defense, not a lot of people know about epidemies.
Well, it was a short-lived...
See? That's how many people don't know about it.
It was a short-lived improv group from Madison, Wisconsin. It seems to me that people aren't going to get it from sea lions. People aren't going to get it from skunks. We're going to get it from cats. Because cats love to eat birds.
That's such a stereotype.
It's not. Outdoor cats.
It is. Yeah, but if it's an outdoor cat, you're probably not cuddling up on it. And if it's an outdoor cat, it probably lives outside.
Have you ever known somebody that had an outdoor cat and they let that thing go wherever it wants? These aren't people again, this is why a cat is a perfect low-maintenance pet. People don't get cats because they want to be laser focused on them. So outdoor cats come inside all the time. Eat a bird outside, come inside, snug up with whoever's on the couch.
But that's also...
Bird flu.
That's also assuming that it can be transferred from petting a cat. If your cat, you get bit by a cat that ate a bird that has avian flu, sure. But I don't think just sitting next to a cat that is sick is going to make you sick.
I guess we'll find out.
And also, dogs eat birds too.
First
There's
they said
dogs whose entire jobs are eating birds.
What dog do you know has a
birds.
job?
Duck dogs.
What dog do you know that has a job?
Actually, that's the whole reason why wherever it was, West Virginia or whatever, can't legalize drugs because of all the dogs with jobs. But they have like hunting dogs.
Dog unemployment we've covered on this show.
Right.
It doesn't mean that we know any dogs that have jobs. We've just heard about dog unemployment being at all-time highs.
But if you want to talk about what's more likely, there's tons of people who hunt birds, turkeys, ducks, whatever, and have the dogs who go fetch them.
But people with dogs
Cuddle up on them. Let them lick inside their mouth.
They dote on their dogs. They pay attention to them. They play with them. They
Which
walk
would make
them.
it more common
People
for them
with-
to get bird flu from them.
People with cats have cats because they just don't want to be alone. They don't
Are
want
you-
to.
what
They
are
don't
you
want to
even
take care.
arguing?
They don't want to take care of another animal. You're
Is
saying
this
it's
an opportunity for you to crap all over cats again, or are you actually concerned that they're going to give humans bird flu?
a little from column A, a little from column B.
Because-
Listen, I will take any opportunity to piss on cats.
My point is,
However, you're trying to tell me it's more likely that it would be dogs. I'm saying that's nonsense.
I'm saying it's equally as likely. If
Nope.
you think, yes, because those people definitely let those dogs live in their houses, the duck hunters and the people hunting for whatever else. People have chicken farms,
I
all
will
kinds
say
of stuff.
that generally, if you have a cat that's inside outside, the cat will be off on its own more, and you won't know what's going on with it.
But if you're worried about avian flu, there is
But
an
you don't know
entire-
what it got into.
But my point is, there is an entire group of dogs whose job is to go put a dead bird in its mouth and bring it to you. And then they're going to pet that dog on the face and, ooh, I love you so much.
they're-
Good job.
No, they're not going to. I assume that people that have their dogs there's a whole protocol there. You know that the dog has a bird because
not-
it's in its mouth. You don't,
Right.
to Bill's point, you don't know what the hell your cat's doing out there.
So
because
what's
people
more
with cats,
likely?
Because people with cats,
You're making my point. The dog
I
that
think the dog-
definitely has a bird in its mouth
The bird dogs are definitely more likely to get it. but
and give
I
it to
thi-
humans.
But I think
no, because you're not
the
going to
number
let a
of
dog with
cats
a
out
bird in
doing
its
this, and that's also one portion of the year that they can
But
even
not
do
all
that.
cats are outdoor cats.
The cat,
Right.
I know,
and in
I'm
the
just
South,
saying.
it's all year round.
But there's plenty of them. And the cats
Oh, my God.
are unmonitored.
You're so annoying.
Why?
Because
Anyway.
you just don't like cats and you won't acknowledge.
Because I'm spitting
No,
truth.
he
No,
said-
you
he
don't like
acknowledged
cats.
Bill, I'm speaking my truth over here.
Yes,
She
and
can't
you
handle it.
acknowledge that you are doing a little of column A, a little column B.
A lot from
Also-
column A, a little from column B.
Okay. And then also, we're skipping over all the jobs that dogs can have,
Well, go ahead.
like roofer.
Oh, God. Bill Squire, March 31st, and it's going to be here before you know it, folks. April 1st, not an April Fool's joke.
Believe it or not, there's not any puns in my stand-up.
Well, don't let that dissuade you from going there.
Be
and seeing-
careful on the April Fool's jokes.
That's what they say. Mary, that's
Is that what they say?
They say roof.
Mhm.
Roofers.
There you go.
The roofers.
What are some of the other jobs that they could have?
I only had the one.
Bird catcher.
What was it, Mary?
Bird catcher.
Bird catcher.
What?
They don't catch the bird. They retrieve
Roofer is one that a dog could have. A dog could have a roof.
It could be a wag.
Hey, that's a good one.
See?
Is
I
it?
I knew Cody would like that one.
Yeah, he would like that. His ears perked right up.
A barking lot attendant.
Ah, okay, I hate you.
Well, anywho, people in Vancouver, it's only a matter of time before we're all going to be asked to do something in the wake of whatever the next pandemic brings to help our fellow man. I'm sorry, I couldn't even say it with a straight face. But there's that for you.
It's really going to take the birds aren't real thing to another level, too.
Right.
Why does that dog have a drone in its mouth, and how did it get sick?
Also, if there is another pandemic from this, Brian and I already agreed that if there was another world shutdown pandemic, we would start an OnlyFans. So,
That's what it would take?
yeah.
After
why?
But when all of the communication grid goes down, how the hell are you going to post OnlyFans stuff?
Well, no, like
who's
COVID.
going to see it?
Like COVID.
But Brian
not
has
like
job security.
Whatever the next pandemic is, we are going to look back on this.
You're saying
as,
apocalyptic.
Yes.
You think
we're gonna
avian
look
flu is going to be apocalyptic?
with a 58% mortality rate. People lost their minds over something that had a 2% mortality rate.
But it also doesn't have a 58% mortality rate in humans. We don't know what it has.
Yes, in humans. That's what I'm saying. Not in birds, in humans.
Oh.
The next pandemic will be something that's way more, oh my God. Yes, of course. Apocalyptic.
So this was just all BS just to see how we would react. So now everyone's going to be like, oh, the government's crying wolf again. Like,
No, it's got nothing to do with the government. It's got to do with stuff that's out in the world and is getting worse.
But what I'm saying is, do you think that everyone is kind of letting their guard down? Everyone's going to have their guard down next time because everyone blew stuff out of proportion this time.
It's not about blowing stuff out of proportion. It's that time goes on and you get back to a normal kind of life, and we're mostly through the worst of COVID. But something else will come down the pipe. And we are 0% prepared for that. Because everybody goes,
Zero's not correct.
okay, 2% prepared for that.
We were 0% prepared for COVID. So if anything, we at least have.
If it was COVID again,
But what I'm saying
it's not
is
going to be that again.
they at least have.
It's not even that now.
They at least have the experience of an influx of sick people, and they've lived through that and have learned a lot.
And it went great.
It was the first time. So this
Wasn't
first
the first
time you
time.
do
There's
anything.
been pandemics.
It was the first
First time in
in
our
this,
lifetimes.
Correct. It was the first time that these doctors have had to deal with that. So if this is something that's 10 years away, a lot of those doctors will still be there. A lot
18
of those
months.
nerves, whatever, 18 months away before it's the apocalypse. Then sure, then they're way more prepared for this than they were from the 1918 Spanish flu.
Fair.
Fair. What are you talking about?
I'm a
It's going to be
agreeing.
it's going to be a completely different and worse thing the next time around, and we're going to approach it the exact same way.
No, we won't.
Why?
Which is
Why would we approach it the same way if we have more information?
I'm not talking about experts. I'm talking about all the dopes out in the world who are pissing and moaning when they have to do anything that makes them a little uncomfortable. Just imagine when all that stuff comes back around again. You got the same people, it's all made up, while everyone around them is falling over and dying. They'll go to their graves thinking that it's all made up or some conspiracy or whatever. That'll be the fun part. That's the part I'm looking forward to. That'll be great.
Oh, I'm going to go back to being fat.
Right. I'm going to start drinking
Mary's
again.
good. I was
You
gonna-
guys
You've
already know
worked
I'm
too
doing
hard.
heroin.
You're going to need to be in great shape to fight off the marauders.
No, because these muscles aren't for fighting. These are for showing.
Oh, they're glamour
They're
muscles?
glamour muscles. I don't want to have to fight
Well,
with these.
Right, but strength is functional. You can't just look good.
I wanna,
Although it is better to look good than to feel good. So
I
I'm with you on
disagree.
that. Bill agrees with me. And
But I can make everybody feel real bad, but I'm holding back on some of my dog puns.
Oh, God.
no, come on, give them to me.
Well, I'm worried if there's not enough physicians out there, we'll have to train animals to do it, so we'll need more doctors.
During the apocalypse.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You can't help it, can you? Just that one.
Just that one?
That's all I was thinking about while you guys were yelling at each other.
what I don't understand, Mary, though,
Shoehorn in doctors.
What, Cody?
doesn't Brian have like a good job where his job will be needed no matter what the condition of the world?
He's a garbage
Garbage
man.
man?
Yeah.
He's going to be out there like in Monty Python. Bring out your dead.
Yeah.
That's going to be his new job.
But I'm
scooping
not
up-
dead yet.
That's what I'm saying. He will be
We have
one of
your liver.
he'll be one of the people that actually is still employed. He doesn't have to.
By whom?
The government.
Employed by whom to be a garbage man?
Oh, well,
For public service.
During the apocalypse, people are going to be worried about their garbage getting
He's
picked up?
not
Do we not
jumping
have
to
garbage
apocalypse.
in-
He's jumping to
Pandemic.
pandemic shutdown type
yeah, I would say,
thing.
did we not have garbage men during COVID?
I
I'm
don't
just
think
saying.
they'll care if he has an OnlyFans as a garbage man. I don't think that's a big deal in that industry.
Well, I'm just saying he might not need to because he'll
If
have
anything,
plenty
that's-
of work.
It's probably a kink.
But I won't be working. My job will get shut down again. My comedy portion. I'll be
Oh,
coming in
he's-
here.
He's that type of guy. Like, all right, let's do it, babe.
Well, I mean, that's 50% of our income will be gone. So if he can do something he's already going to do, we already agreed on that. That if for whatever reason stand-up went away again for a COVID type situation.
So
not gonna lose his
just to
job.
be clear, stand-up comedy and the lack of a pandemic are that's the thin membrane keeping you
Yes.
from porn.
Are you kidding me?
Wow, all right.
Why
You see
wouldn't
these
it?
boobs?
Why wouldn't it? Not having a job in the public eye, yeah. If I was still a server, you better believe I'd have been on OnlyFans in a heartbeat as soon as things
You make
shut
more
down.
money doing it right now,
100%.
though.
Wait, what do you mean?
But you make more
Because
money on
you-
OnlyFans than doing stand-up.
I would, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that. That's like a last resort. I like stand-up more. Stand-up is my passion.
Like
But you could do both. You'd be like Karen Feehan?
No, because then people don't take you seriously.
Yeah, save your OnlyFans.
They don't
before
take
you
us
get
seriously
canceled.
anyway.
Whatever.
Every day people tell you get a real job.
Yeah, people hate me either way. You're right.
Right.
And you hate them.
Right.
It's a
Mutual.
win-win.
And that's
Okay.
how you bring them in.
I've got Taste the Hate, trademarked by Cody Poundcake Brown. I've got to take a break. If you want to send a text, 35192 to do that. AlanCoxShow.com to watch. And listen wherever on the iHeartRadio app.
Cleveland's biggest party will be broadcast live on Cleveland's Buzzard Radio.
Look at this street. Holy
Come get Saint-Faced on Patrick's Day
it's out of control.
with WMMS at the Clevelander.